Shalom, greetings, and welcome back to another episode here, Israelite Talk TV, where you get the raw, the real, and the unadulterated truth 24/7. Now, today, family, we're getting ready to talk about Takeoff and DJ Patrick and Lil Cam. Okay. They've been trending in the culture after DJ Pat was arrested for the shooting of Takeoff. And we're going to break down and analyze some things on this case that I believe we need to discuss. As I have told you, I don't want to say I already told you, but I told you that Mobties was responsible for the shooting. Now, I was watching this other blogger, I believe his name is Chris Barnes. Now, he brought out some information, and I can't verify that, but this is just what he said. You can go watch his live that he did last night. But he spoke about that one of the persons that had got shot that night was Migo Benz. Okay. So if that's the case, then they not looking for Migo Benz. And it's possible that Migo Benz talked to the police, if this is the case, if he was shot. I don't know. I can't verify that, but that's what he said. So I don't know what his sources is, but that's why I heard of that. So we need to talk about this case a little bit because the Rico, as I told you, the Rico is coming, and I'm getting ready to break down and explain to you why Mob Ties is in trouble. They want to try to distance themselves from DJ Pat and make it seem like some DJ. No, he's Mob Ties. Okay. And I'm gonna break down how we know this in this message today, right? So now, before I get into it, make sure you guys hit the like button. I need y'all to run them likes up, okay? I need y'all to share this video, get this out to the major platform. They watching, you know what I'm saying, and that's good, you know what I'm saying. And make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel and turn those notifications up. When we get to 20K, I'm gonna do something special. Now, let's get into it. Now, I've been watching things unfold in the case of Takeoff and the arrest and things like that. But I want to point out some things that I believe is strange, right? First off, from what they're saying, Little Cam was booked on the 22nd, okay, before Thanksgiving. And it's funny that no blogs and nobody picked that up until I believe it was a day or two before they picked up this DJ Pat guy. Okay. Now, the thing that's confusing about this case is that if you guys go back and you listen to the interview that the chief of police did, they made it seem like there was over 30 some people there on the scene that was witnesses there. And they made it seem like none of these people came forward. So my question is who is the witness in the case, and where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like something strange is going on, because if you go to where the chief vendor was taking the questions, one of the I don't know, one of the news people, whatever, that was asking the questions, they asked him, well, since nobody came forward, was it just all ballistics that y'all used to do it or reconstruct or whatever? And they were just basically saying like the people need to come in. So it sounded to me like nobody stuck around, including Quavo. It seemed like everybody left the scene, and the police never talked to anybody. So do they really have witnesses, or did they do it by the way of reconstruction? And so, if Migo Benz was shot, then did he talk to the police and give up any information? Who knows, what's actually going on at this point. But I can about almost guarantee you that there's a Rico getting ready to come down the pipeline. And here's the reason why. Do you guys remember the first thing that Jay Prince that he tweeted when he finally came out and tweeted? Remember, he said in his statement that he was basically mad that video footage got out. Okay. Now, the thing that we don't know is that now, whoever sent that video to TMZ, it's a possibility that TMZ just edited it and just gave you that particular part. Because if you notice, where it started at, that I'm pretty sure, like I told you in my other video, that lady was recording. There was more footage. So in my opinion, what they did is they showed you Migo bands and had people talk about Migo bands and Cam Yellow Hoodie, and they clipped that part out of the video that TMZ probably got. And so one of the things that I also want you guys to hear, because the chief of police in the mayor coming out like we're gonna call, but that white detective told you that they use ATF and the feds. So all these people were involved. And so when the feds is overseeing it, you can't tiptoe around. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing that's interesting is so let me see. So yeah, so they use the feds in order to get all of that stuff done. Now, the thing that's crazy, right, is that, and let's just think about this, because look how silly this stuff is, right? You got Cam Yellow Hoodie, and now this DJ Pack, this guy that came out. Well, let's confirm that he's mob ties first, okay? Do you guys remember when the first lady came out? She said mob ties was the only people in here who had guns. So now if they're coming out and saying that DJ Pat is the shooter, and they can confirm that, then they're basically saying that this is who the woman was talking about when she said it was mob ties. Also, remember when Quavo was over there arguing, okay, and Mike Prince was trying to defend Cam Yellow Hoodie now. So basically what they're saying is that if he's the shooter, then basically when Mike said they ain't being disrespectful, then this is who he's talking about, DJ Pat and Cam, okay? So then we gotta, so now the question that we gotta ask ourselves is, why would Quavo be at a dice game gambling with somebody like Lil Cam? Now, this dude allegedly is, they say, I believe from what they were saying, because the lady asked him, are both of these people from Houston? He said no. He said one of them is from Houston. The other one has an out-of-state residence. Now, this guy, Lil Cam, is only 22 years old, right? This dude had a case for Grand Theft Auto, okay? Grand Theft Auto, and then I believe he got popped with some fake licenses, right? So now, do this sound to you like, now think about this, Quavo, these are multi-millionaires. Why would you be at a dice game gambling with somebody like that? Lil Kim ain't got no money, man. And then they running around talking about mob ties, this and that. But you getting bumped with fake IDs. You done got popped on a Grand Theft Auto. That goes to tell you that, this is petty crime. You know what I'm saying? That this guy is involved in. So now we got to bring this back to our remembrance. What about with Duke the Jeweler? You know what I'm saying? Because what we don't know in that Duke the Jeweler case, now we saw Lil Cam and all of them there with Jay Prince that night at the Duke the Jeweler thing at the Boosie event, okay? So now the question that we got to start asking ourselves now, because we saw what Cam Yellow Hoodie did, and we know that this dude is petty, did they line Duke the Jeweler up down there in Houston, knowing that he was going to be at that? And see now, and this is what I'm saying, it's a whole lot of stuff that's going on that the feds is finna get on. And Jay Prince said, well, you can't hide behind me. So all of this stuff is looking weird, because if he wasn't mob ties, 9 times out of 10, he wouldn't have been at that event. You know what I'm saying? It's a private event. So it's only gonna be mob ties and celebrity events. It ain't just no random people hanging out. You know what I'm saying? This dude obviously was involved in this crap game. You know what I'm saying? Because if he shot, or he feel like he shot, or whatever the case may be, that means you was involved in something. You weren't just playing music, whatever the case may be. You was involved in the festivities, Now, there's thoughts that maybe he may try to plead self-defense or whatever the case may be. There's a thought where, but at the same time, now this is the thing you got to pay attention to. They're involved in Cam Yellow Hoodie, and I'm about almost guaranteed that they're gonna eventually have to beef the charges up on Cam Yellow Hoodie, because everything happened over him. He was the one that initiated everything. So DJ Pat ain't gonna be able to say, well, I seen Migo Bands with the gun, and you are the problem. You know what I'm saying? You the problem. This man is leaving. And y'all got on a person, why did he touch Takeoff, and Takeoff didn't even have nothing to do with it? He was leaving. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they listen? Why when they got ready to leave, why didn't they just go at Migo Bands if they saw Migo Bands with the gun and they felt like Migo Bands was the threat? Why would Cam Yellow Hoodie hit Takeoff? Now, this is the other thing they're not saying either, right? There was a shot that went off first. Okay. So if they're saying that Cam Yellow Hoodie didn't shoot and the lawyer was doing all of this stuff, then who shot that first shot? Now, people were saying it was the Chucky doll. I don't know. Maybe we might have to revisit that because if they can confirm and say he never shot, who shot the first shot then? That muffled shot was the first shot that was shot. And then when Migo Bands went to raise up, that's when DJ Pat started to return fire. So who fired the first shot? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like I said, man, this stuff is not adding up. We need to pay attention to what's going on with this case. But at any rate, man, it's silly, man. So whatever money they scammed and try to beat Quavo out of, now they got to use that money to beat the case, to try to fight the case. And then, like I said, they might beef the charges up on Lil Kim. I don't know. We just got to pay attention because it's funny. How did they know that this guy was getting ready to go to Mexico? And this is how dumb these criminals is, man. They do stuff. Logical sense would have told you that if you did something like that, you should have left and got out of Houston. This is how ignorant these people is. So what made him feel so comfortable that he could just hang around Houston until his passport came and he was going to be good? It sounds to me like somebody tipped him off on his itinerary on what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they say he had a lot of cash and he was, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep you guys updated on this case. I'm watching to see what's going on with this case, but we know that the feds are in town, and there's certain things that they're picking up, and you can bet your bottom dollars that, as people start going to jail, it's all fun and games when you're on the streets. Oh, I'm thorough. I'm this and that. Gang, 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 this and that. But boy, when it's time to play defense and they lock you up and you got to sit, I mean, brothers can't take that. You know what I'm saying? When you get in that cell, that dirty cell with that dirty mattress that 1,000,000 people done laid on, that blanket that they done washed 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? It's just got that sweaty smell that don't never come up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Then they bring you them trays in there. Food ain't worth nothing. And you just sitting in that cell like, man, I got to, you know what I'm saying? And then they come to you like, listen, man, if you want to get out of jail, just go ahead. This is what we want to know. What's going on with this case? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see if they're going to stand solid, because we notice in a lot of these cases, the only case that we really haven't heard about anybody snitching on a real. Now, you got to think with the Young Thug case, that's a state RICO. That's not even a federal case RICO. You know what I'm saying? The only case, and I ain't saying it's the only case, but I'm saying the most popular case that we know that we're not hearing anybody talking on is the O Block 5 case. Okay? We ain't heard nothing about, oh, well, Muwap Neb, somebody told you, not hearing that. So it's interesting to see what's gonna come of that case. I mean, because we don't know, the internet said that they did it, but that ain't, that ain't been confirmed. You know what I'm saying? They haven't, dropped any footage, or, they ain't even came out and made a press conference, to my knowledge, like what they basically said in that interview that we know that the fatal shot came from him. As I told y'all in that video, that the fatal shot came from that corner pocket, and it came from Mobties, and we know that DJ Pat is affiliated with Mobties, so don't try to make it seem like, oh, he's not attached to Mobties, he's attached to Mobties, and this is why Mike Prince was defending him in the argument with Quavo. No, they ain't being disrespectful. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? So that means they was on the BS if they're saying that he's the shooter. So I just wanted to check in and talk on this subject. We know that it's trending and what's going on. And let me say this. Now, DJ Academic said that there was 3 shots. Don't start running with this 3-shot narrative. That it sounds like it's a shot, but it's the sneakers. It was the muffled shot, and then the other shots that came forward. Wasn't no 3 shooters. So I don't know where he's getting the 3 shooters from, but they love when you put out this type of information, because the police know Just like the real people that know that's watching this stuff, that it was the muffled shot, and then it was the other shot. The other one that sounded like a shot was an actual sneaker. Just go back and listen to it. So I just wanted to tap in with you this morning, touch on these two particular cases. There's a lot of different things, man, that's going on, man, here in this nation, and it's good because this stuff has to continue to keep happening so that our people can finally wake up and get on the right track. Turn back to the Most High and keep His commandments. And when you're keeping His commandments, you don't have to worry about none of this stuff. The stuff of Gabriel, Unity, Wayne Way. If you're following the commandments, this is not even a problem. It's not even nothing to talk about because you're not indulging that, because it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to do better, man. And we got to have the type of love for one another and respect for one another where even if we disagree in something, it shouldn't have to get to the point where I got to kill you or you got to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Or it's beef or whatever the case may be. If you disagree about my perspective or whatever the case may be, or I disagree about your perspective, that's cool. But it shouldn't lead to the point where I got to kill you now, you got to kill me just because I disagree with what you say or you disagree with what I'm saying. Everybody is not going to agree on every single point. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm trying to help even the bloggers and everybody else to know. Like, everybody's not going to agree on every point. Everybody going to see things how they see it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when the facts is there and it ain't nothing to discuss, then you know what I'm saying? Then that's a whole nother problem. So, but at any rate, man, we got to stay safe out here. We got to do better. We got to turn back to the commandments. And when we start keeping the commandments, our communities will straighten up. So I love y'all. Y'all be safe. I'll talk to y'all soon. Shalom.